Hi there, I'm Sean York, the owner of Star Improvements of Michigan. Today I'm going to go over what gutters are, what they consist of, the components of them, and also we're going to go over gutter screens, the economy and the micro mesh. Alright, so here we are in the back warehouse of Star Improvements, and we have kind of a mock-up of a house. This is actually an office in the back of the shop. So what we have here this is a seamless gutter. Now this one's only about 12 foot long, but we can make this gutter 100 feet long, which means there would not be one seam in it that would ever leak. And then on the outside corner, we have a little miter that would be able to go around your house in different ways. These are the elbows that get us the angles so we can get back to your siding. And this is a downspout. Now this is an industrial size downspouts, which we use all the time, or a 3-inch by 4-inch downspout. But we also have a couple other components. This part right here is your fascia, and this part right here is your soffit, and of course your siding. Okay, so now we use different kind of fasteners. Back in the day, they used to have a nail that went through the gutter right here, and another piece called a ferrule in the middle, and it just nailed into your fascia. And if you've been around any amount of time, those nails sooner or later work their way loose, and then you gotta keep tapping them in. Well, now we have another thing, a new thing called a hidden hanger. So if you look right here, you can't even see that there's a hanger in there. But these hangers clip in like this and over the back of the gutter, and we actually screw them in so the screws never ever come loose. All right, now I'm going to go over the two different kinds of leaf guards that I use. Okay, so this one right here is I call it the economy. It actually does a really good job for a lower price in keeping out leaves. Not so good with pine needles or anything, but still it does a really good job. What it does is it just drops in there like this. Now this one is white, but I try to use the black ones. You may or may not be able to see that in this video, but this one is black, and I feel like in the winter time it can grab heat and try melt any ice or anything like that that might be on top of your gutters. Now this one, the micro mesh, has a surgical steel mesh on it, which actually has a 20-year warranty. Now this is a better one for if you have needles or I think the maples that have the little whirly birds coming down. This one works really good on the whirly birds, but this one works the best. But it is about twice as much. Just the material is twice as much. It still gets installed the same way, so installation isn't really anymore. But this also gets put on top like that, and bam. So if you notice here, these screens get put in with screws. Now when we screw the front of this, it never comes up, it's never going to blow up, nothing's ever going to get beneath it. But also when we screw it into the back of the gutter, and this gets screwed through the fascia, it actually helps hold the gutter up again. So we have the brackets that go on the inside, but the gutter screen actually helps hold it up too. So, and also the gutter screens, the economy and the other components of this one, the surgical steel will never rust, and it's heavy grade aluminum, so the aluminum will never rust either. All right, last but not least, a real important part of the way these gutter screens can perform is in the corners, in the inside corners, where this would be a valley coming down, shooting that way. Your gutters may have a little splash guard here, which when the water comes running down the valley, it hits the splash guard and doesn't splash over. Well, that also holds leaves and everything else in there. So when leaves collect in the valley, it shoots down here, we got a gutter full of leaves. This actually blocks it up higher than your roof, so ice and water back up and get underneath your roof and can rot that area out. So what we have here is actually a micro mesh pad that when the water rushes down the roof, it comes into this micro mesh area and it weeds all the leaves and needles out and pushes them off the roof, but all the water goes in into your gutters and down your downspouts. Okay, let me explain the downspouts a little better also. So the industrial sized downspouts, like I told you earlier, they're a lot bigger than the old style gutters. These are 2x3 and these ones are 3x4. We can actually fit one of the old style downspouts in. Now these bigger ones are all I use. We don't even use these smaller ones anymore because it just sucks twice as much water out of your gutters to get it away from your home. All right, so what are the benefits of gutters and what are the benefits of leaf guards? The main benefit of gutters is to collect the water coming off of your house and get it away from your home so that it doesn't get into your soil. It can freeze in the winter time, expand, and crack your basement. Or if you have a crawl space or an older basement, just getting the water away from your house 3 to 4 feet can keep any moisture from coming into your basement. On the gutter screens, now this is a big misconception, maybe a small misconception. Depending on how your house is or how it's laid out, where the wind goes, what gets the leaves, these keep leaves out of the gutter, but generally wind and rain push the leaves off of your gutter. There are the other styles that go underneath your shingles, but those aren't good. Those aren't good either because it keeps your bottom shingles from sealing. All right, so if that bottom shingle's not sealing, wind can get under there and blow your shingles off. So in new roofs and new gutters and gutter screens, there is just a little bit of maintenance. Leaves can gather in a valley in certain parts, and that just needs to be blown out a couple times a year. And also the gutter screens, if there's just the way your house is built, if some leaves gather there, you just take a blower and blow them off, have your lawn maintenance guy get up there and blow them off. But at least the leaves don't get in your gutters, build up in your gutters, and you have to dig them out. And then also they don't clog your downspouts. Alrighty, I hope I explained the gutter and leaf guard process a little bit. As always, give me a call and I can go over things a little bit better. Thank you.